Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
What is poppin', fam? It is Monday morning, November 27th, 9 a.m. on the frickin' dot. That's what we do, kiddos. We start on time here. That's what we have to do. How was your guys' Thanksgiving weekend? Great. That is fantastic. Chin, Case, what'd you guys do?
Family. Just
Just a normal turkey.
We had kimchi. We had some Korean food, but mostly
Turkey with kimchi?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what we do every year.
That helps with digestion, right?
Kind of, but you know what messes me up the most, and I love the most, is stuffing. No, stuffing.
Oh, really?
But I was just telling Casey, it messes my body up bad afterwards.
You'd be farting.
No, indigestion.
You'd be farting.
Yeah, whatever.
Case, what'd you do? Got the whole squad?
I was farting, man. Slamming that stuffing and just ripping them.
You were with the fam?
Yeah, down in San Diego.
Diego?
Yeah, they got the little kids. So, like, I'm with the bros, so we're up late drinking wine. And then the kids are like, we don't care. It's 5. Let's play.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, right on.
Kids do not sleep in, dog.
They don't care.
They don't sleep in. I had an eventful Thanksgiving. Didn't really get a Thanksgiving. Most of you know this. My girl's been pregnant for a hot second now. And the baby was supposed to come like late December. And then the baby said, nah. You got Thanksgiving plans? I don't care. I want out, and I want out now. So on Monday, she went in for just a routine checkup. And then I was like, yo, what time you coming home? She's like, I don't know. They're like having me do these other tests. I'm like, what's up? She's like, my blood pressure's kind of high. I'm like, what's kind of high? She's like, it's like 180. I'm like, 180 over what? She told me. I was like, oh, that's not safe. She's like, yeah, apparently they're freaking out. I'll keep you posted. I'm like, we didn't think it was anything. Next call I got in the middle of the night was like, hey, they got to do emergency surgery now. I'm like, what? So I rushed over there. Sure enough, they had to do that emergency C-section, got that critter out of there. But she's she's a preemie, so she's about 4 weeks early. There's complications with that. There's complications with the blood pressure of wifey because with that high blood pressure, they can pass out. It's dangerous for the baby, so that's why they decided to get the baby out of there. But, they had to give her some sort of – it wasn't blood pressure medication. It was like a magnesium, but I guess that can affect the baby too. So they had to give it to her just in case because her blood pressure is so freaking high. So that affects the baby. So the baby comes out. And it was different than my other two kiddos because they were – giants when they came out, and they were cooking for the expected time before that turkey was done. And so when it's a preemie baby, it's different. Like the baby was in this like bubble the whole time. They're like doing all this stuff. They're smaller, and then it's weird because you go from that to, like I said previously with my two other kiddos, we went home from the hospital 2 days later. Like mama was with baby, the whole family's there. Now it's a preemie, not when there's certain issues. So it's like the baby comes out, and then you're there with it. They're doing all the tests, and then they put in the NICU unit, and then you're just chilling without a kiddo. So then wifey's blood pressure came down, but being a preemie, they're not supposed to come out early. That's not the plan. That wasn't the big man's plans upstairs, but that blood pressure had to get out. So the baby's still in the NICU unit. Everything was all good. Everything's all good. And they're like, yeah, maybe the baby come home on Saturday. And you can call and check in on the baby. And they also have a monitor full time so you can watch it. So we're like watching some helicopter parents. And then we check in at 8 a.m. every morning. That tells how she did through the night. And she's like, yeah, she's eating. She was on oxygen because her lungs weren't fully developed, but now she's breathing on her own. We're like, all right, cool. And then they're like, it's her body temperature. She's holding body temperature. Like, all right, cool. And then we call on Saturday, like she had their exact words, she had an episode last night. Like, oh God. And so they're like, yeah, her body temperature went down and her heart rate went down. But then she fought on her own and it came back. So, she's not ready to go. Like, okay, cool. They're like, maybe tomorrow. Call again at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. My youngest son, who's 4, his birthday party. I'm like, this would be a great present for Bossy. They want to see their sister so bad. They haven't seen her. The only person that's hold the baby is my wife for 2 minutes because, she has to be in that weird bubble. Call Sunday morning, same thing. Had an episode last night at midnight. Like, fuck. Same thing. So at this point, you're just wishing for the best, and hopefully the kiddo's a preemie, so they're not supposed to be out. So it is tough around the Schaub household. Not gonna lie to you guys, it's been a tough week, man. But I've never prayed so much in my life. I'm not a religious person. When stuff goes down like that, it's all you can really do, man. But the shout out to the docs at Cedar Cyanide, and they know what they're doing, and you just hope for the best. I'm sure it'll work out, and she's new, so she's not supposed to be here right now. She's supposed to be cook another 3 weeks, so she's cooking that little incubator device there, and hopefully she fights through it, and she'll be all right. She's already a feisty one, so I think she'll be okay. But, yeah, it's tough, man. It was a tough, long week. So it is what it is, man. My Thanksgiving dinner, my family was gone. They're at the hospital. I had to come back and get bags and stuff for the kiddos. So my Thanksgiving dinner was straight up a large pepperoni pizza. I told you guys, man, I like to mix it up. And I thought it was going to be cool, so I had a large pepperoni pizza and watched Twin Flames on Netflix. Not cool, man. It's kind of sad. Not cool. Not as cool as I thought. Having Thanksgiving pizza dinner by yourself is not cool. Surprise. Yeah. Breaking news, not cool. It's kind of sad. Pizza was delicious, and I hated myself after I ate it, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at, fam. Been on a strict diet, getting ready for this kiddo, and decided to depress eat that large pepperoni pizza from Domino's. And Domino's, shout out to them being open on Thanksgiving. I mean, they got that pizza in about 25 minutes piping hot. I devoured that thing, and I felt awful. I felt absolutely terrible. Been a slow let's get into the fights, man. News on the truck. My truck goes in. The Ford Lightning goes in tomorrow to my boy Eddie at Addiction to get that thing figured out. So I've been counting down the days on that bad boy. So I cannot wait to figure out what's going on with that and unravel that bad boy and get to work on it. So when I say get to work, it means find the best people for the job and watch them do the work, because I don't know what I'm doing. But it's still fun. So that's the news on the Lightning, man. We'll figure out. We'll know tomorrow. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure I'll post something. We'll know tomorrow. As far as fight news goes, again, I told you guys, it's the off season for fighting. PFL had their thing that nobody watched and paid for, but still, they did their thing. Shot to Brunson. He got paid and did his thing. But outside that, this is the off season for the major leagues. For the NFL, this is the off. For the UFC, which is the NFL, this is the off season right now. But it ramps up this Saturday. You got quite the fight night in Austin, Texas. This could be like a low-level pay-per-view where people complain about it, but it's a great card. Mm-hmm. Where people talk all that mess about this pay-per-view. I'm not paying for this, but you pay for it, and it turns out to be the best card of the year. This is one of those, but it's a fight night, so it's free. Technically, it's not pay-per-view. You still got to pay for ESPN Plus. You know what I'm saying, though. It's still a fight night. You got Dariush versus Arman, which is a phenomenal fight. Jalin Turner stepping in on short notice against Bobby Green. Absolutely love that fight. Rob Font versus Figueiredo. Have you seen Figueiredo lately?
No.
Chiseled, son. Jacked City for his bantamweight debut there. You got Sean Brady, Kelvin Gastelum.
That's sick.
Probably my favorite fight on the card, not going to lie to you. Clay Guida back at it, every bit of 50 years old and looking phenomenal with the craziest gas tank of all time. You got Misha Tate doing the damn thing, never mad when she fights. Zach Reese, Drakkar, Veronica Hardy, Dan Hardy's wife, who's a badass.
She is. She's
a super badass. Chin likes her, not going to lie.
She's very pretty.
Chin has a crush. Chin has a crush. Tell Dan Hardy he'll whip your ass. But yeah, it's going down in Austin. I'm surprised Rogan doesn't do this one, even though it's a fight night. It's literally in his backyard, you know?
And this will be the fight night to do it, too.
It's stacked,
I would pay for this more than I would the PFL.
Right? Yeah. PFL got some nerve charging money for
when I saw that, I was like, oh.
That's why the Bare Knuckle MMA does it right, because when you're trying to get a promotion off the ground, like you got to get people to tune. It's tough enough. There's so much content out. There's so much to compete with. So you can't say this is only if you pay $50. Because most casual fans are like, I don't know who that is. I'm not paying for that. So you get people invested in the first place. Bare Knuckle MMA goes, we're going to give it to you. Tell us if you like it. Then eventually down the road, if these guys become big stars or if you guys want to watch them, then maybe you pay for it. But right now, just tell us what you think of the product. hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views across social media, millions of views. Now, can you imagine if they went, nope, it's $100? All right, here's 3,000 weirdos. They're going to pay for this thing because we have nothing going on, you know? Okay, that one's $49.99.
But this is totally worth it.
Oh, no, so this is where you're getting confused. This is bare knuckle. This is Mike
BKFC.
Perry. BKFC is different.
No, you're talking about Jorge Masvidal.
I'm talking about Jorge Masvidal's and Dean's. Their thing is here. Tell us what you think of it. View it. Tell us what you think of production, the fights, and then eventually down the road you're going to get there. Bare knuckle's been around for a hot second, and also Mike Perry, Eddie Alvarez. Take my money,
dude. The card's pretty sick.
Stacked. It's a good weekend of fights. Yeah. It's been a slow few weeks, but between bare knuckle and then that Fight Night in Austin, it's fantastic. Fantastic. You also got my boy Todd Duffy fighting Ben Rothwell. Only advice I can give you, Todd, don't fake a single leg and then throw a John Jones spinning back elbow and rock him. And then the game plan's to drag him in the later rounds, but you get too excited because you're immature and didn't stick to a game plan. And then just wing shots from your hips and hope you don't get hit in the jaw. Don't do that. That's the only advice I can give you because it doesn't end well in Atlanta. All right? When Rashad and John Jones in the main event. Don't do that. Be smart, my man. That's going to be a fun fight. Beck Rollins fighting on that too. It could just be Perry and Eddie, and I'd pay $50.
Jeremy Stevens and Rivera too.
Oh damn! Schnikes. How's that not your co-main event?
Yeah.
Mike Perry, Eddie Alvarez, the Underground King, bare knuckle.
Yeah, and he won against. Remember, Chad Mendes was killing it.
Yeah,
but Eddie Alvarez
born for this. A tough fight for Mike Perry. Tough fight. This is a great fight.
Yeah.
Best fight of the weekend.
Agree.
Best fight of the weekend. I'm looking forward to that fight night in Austin. So when there's downtime in the UFC universe, you're going to get a lot of Real Housewives of Ultimate Fighter, which means this isn't to hate on anybody. I'm just saying drama. You're gonna get drama because people are bored and fire off. We also don't have a big fight to look forward to, so people are gonna focus on social media. So the narrative that I woke up to maybe 2 days ago, just everywhere online, is Sean Strickland gets on Twitter. I think he only does Twitter,
Instagram. Yeah.
Usually he's a Twitter guy.
Yeah, I have his Instagram videos here though.
Sure. So whenever you see Sean Strickland with that straight up selfie video and he's in his truck, I don't know what kind of truck he drives. I'd love to find out what kind of truck guy he is. But whenever you see that video, some shit is going down. He's dropping mad fire in Sean Strickland's way. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Could be off. I don't know all the rumblings of this, loving fisticuffs here episode of Real Housewives of Ultimate Fighter. So Sean Strickland has a message for Ian Garry. I like both these guys. I'm a huge fan of both of them. Mm-hmm. So, but Sean Strickland says he's going to help Ian Garry out, right? Because again, correct me if you have your black belt in this whole drama here, Chin. Sean Strickland found out that Ian Garry's wife wrote a book a long time ago.
12 years ago
on being a WAG, which stands for
Wives and Girlfriends. I didn't know how to look
Wives
it up.
and Girlfriends of athletes, right?
But that date like famous athletes.
WAGs. Wives and girlfriends of athletes. So she wrote a book 12 years ago on like how to copy a man, be a WAG, right? And then he also found out, again, I don't know who his source is. I don't know where this even came from. That's why I don't put too much into any of this because, it's all hearsay here. But so she wrote a WAG's book 12 years ago. And then her ex-boyfriend or husband.
Ex-husband.
A husband lives with Ian Garry.
And his nutritionist, apparently.
Okay.
I think this is coming from this guy named MMA Guru. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I think where it came from.
That's where it started?
He did the investigation, yeah.
And how would he know? Do we know how?
I mean, he looks into all this stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, he found out that book exists. So
yeah. I don't know any of this. I'm not saying anybody's wrong, anybody's right. I don't know any of that stuff. I just want to get all my facts here before I give an opinion on it. So Sean Strickland finds this out. Sean Strickland's going to Sean Strickland. This is why we love him, right? He just shoots from the hip. But he says he's trying to help Ian Garry out. If you want to help Ian Garry out, you don't go public with this and make it this entire shitstorm of info for Ian Garry and his family. The problem with 2024, and it used to be just like a millennial, like Generation Z or Y or what the hell we're calling it. It used to be like a young thing where they will go after whoever, like the Jake Pauls of the world, the Conor McGregor. There's no standard. Nothing's off limits, which I don't partake in. I don't like that. The wives and family should never be touched, no matter what it is. If you want to talk about Ian Garry's jab, his left hook, his teep, the way he defends takedowns, fire away. That's what he signed up for. But what he didn't sign up for is attack on his personal life and his family. That's where I'm like, oh, guys, come on. But Sean Strickland is Sean Strickland. My only caveat there, my only criticism of Sean Strickland, it's good content for what we do and all that stuff, but I could care less about that. But if Sean Strickland wanted to actually help Ian Garry, he would have messaged him privately. That's where you're like, oh, you're not trying to help him, dude. Like, maybe you are in a weird way, but also if you're trying to help him, anyone in the UFC, it's a small alumni. It's easy to reach out to somebody. You don't go public with it, and then the fans get on it, and then Ian Garry, has a lot of haters. He has a lot of haters. So when I found this out, I looked into it. And the thing that made me feel bad, how old is Ian Garry?
26, I think.
He's young, right?
Check, yeah.
He's young, and his wife's 40.
Yep.
And they have a baby?
He's 26. 26,
young as hell. He's super young. Undefeated in the UFC. You have a baby.
Yeah.
Skeptical hippo eyes is when Ian Garry made that video of our boy who used to work at Texas Roadhouse,
Jeff Neal.
Yep. When he made that T-shirt of his mugshot. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
And you can tell it's not Ian Garry's idea, and he's like, it was their idea. And then when they saw, oh, this is savage, and you see him pushing him to do it. I was like, oh, this is a kid who's influenced by these two. That's what it looked like. Now this is a short 15-second clip into 27 years of Ian Garry's life.
26. Oh, yeah.
27.
26. He's 26.
He's 26.
Yeah.
So 26 years of Ian Garry's life. So you got to hold some reservation there. Who knows the whole grand story of it? But just everything aside, looking at that, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. That doesn't seem right, Then someone posted a thing that she said on Reddit where, her husband's ego, where she says, I love you. And he says, I would love me too. Like this weird, I don't know what's real, what's not. It's the internet these days. People make all sorts of crap up. So I don't know what's real. But hearing this, and then when you see that clip and you put two and two together, like, oof, this isn't good. The only thing here with this is if that works for Ian Garry, whether she was a wag and this was her intentions to get with him, who are we to judge that that's not real love? They have a kid together. I'm sure Ian Garry had his pick of the litter when it comes to females. So something worked here, and he's obviously crushing it. He's undefeated. Something they're doing is working. And maybe just because she had these 12 years ago, these intentions to get with an athlete, and she got an athlete, that was 12 years ago. Maybe she changed. Maybe she thought that, but there's actual genuine connection between her and Ian Garry, even though they're, he's younger, 26 and 40. Okay, we've seen it happen before and it works out. So I'm not one to judge. Here's the other thing. I don't give a shit. If Ian Garry likes older women and she's his manager and she's directing him in this way and influencing him in this way, okay. Why do you guys care? If that works for him, who are we to judge what works for Ian Garry? If they're in an open relationship, monogamous, whatever it is, who gives a shit? All I care about is Ian Garry performing inside that octagon. Why everybody has this thing to say about the way he deals? It's his private life, man. And this is where social media gets super dark. Because now you're dealing with a 26-year-old kid who's trying to be the best fighter in the world. And now we're not talking about his jab and his teep and his roundhouse and his hook. We're talking about things that have nothing to do with fighting. And the attention on Ian Garry is not how great of a fighter he is, how he's undefeated in the UFC. Now all the attention is his wife, wag, bloodsucker, and the MMA media is toxic, so everyone jumps on it. So now you got to be careful because this 26-year-old phenom has to be the most talented 26-year-old the UFC's seen in a hot goddamn second, is dealing with this bullshit now instead of getting ready for Vicente Luque. If he beats Vicente Luque, who's ranked, this will be his, 7th win in a row? There's a hell of a story for him to fight for a world title against Leon Edwards, who just kicked him out of the gym.
Yeah.
That's what we should be focused on. Focus on Vicente Luque. But the thing is sometimes when people shine lights on this stuff, Ian Garry at 26, if he's influenced by this and they're telling him to do this stuff, he does need to step back a second and just go, okay, hold on. I'm 26. I got, we've been together for a while now. I was very young. We have a baby. Forget about what the internet says, whether she's, a gold digger. Forget about all that. What's going right in my life? Well, my training, right? He's kicking ass in training. He's undefeated in the UFC. His mindset is phenomenal. But the narrative on Ian Garry, and he went from this, this baby face, talented prospect into this really hated guy, I feel like. Very fast. And a lot of it came from, all right, mimicking Conor McGregor, right? We know it's not authentic. He's using the very same words, right? You don't need to do that. Just be Ian Garry. We don't need that. Talking stuff, that's fine. That's fine, especially in today's age, and that's his personality. You can do that. And then the Leon Edwards stuff got a little dicey, right? And that's when people started looking into things. So I would just step back and maybe have a conversation with the wife and the ex-boyfriend or ex-husband and just be like, hey, guys, the direction we're going, that's not a route I want to go. And hopefully he has that power or he has that opportunity to express that to him. Like, I was beloved, man. And then now you guys took me over here with the mugshot picture and stuff like that wasn't even his idea.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, that sucks.
That's what sucks.
Yeah.
So whoever's running his stuff, you're actually not helping him. You're kind of hurting him because you have nothing to do with the fundamentals and his training. You have nothing to do. You guys are the PR team basically, and you're doing a freaking horrible job because this kid has become the most hated guy in MMA over a 3-month period with the way you guys have handled things. And to add more fuel to that fire, Sean Strickland posts this. Then he gets DMs from Ian Garry. If you think Ian Garry is threatening a lawsuit, yeah, I got property to sell you, a beachfront property in Nebraska. That's again, his PR team, his wife or her ex-husband, posting, even the way it's written out, that's not Ian Garry. So this is the DMs to Sean. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy who's trying to help. This is
Sean.
So this is Sean saying this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy who's trying to help. He put a cuck. LL, sue me. Get in line, mother effer. There are a few in front of you. I would have respected you more if you threatened violence against me, but I guess it makes sense. Then put cuck again. And then he responds, Sean, what you're doing is spreading hate lies and harassment. I'm helping you here, giving you a heads up. Again, this isn't going to help the Ian Garry narrative in any facet. Mm-hmm. When you're a professional fighter, and we've gone through this with Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis, I can't emphasize this enough. The number one rule in fighting, there's no suing in fighting. A fighter can't sue another fighter. You're professional fighters. The way you handle this is you get inside that octagon and you fight, because that's what you do for a living. Now, if you're a businessman or you're an Instagram thought or you're a model or you're a singer or you're an entertainer, whatever you are, and someone's coming after you and you can't fight, then you want to sue, I guess go down that route, but that's your only option. If you're a professional fighter, you threaten to beat them up. That's how this goes. With Dylan Dennis, Logan Paul, Logan threatens to sue him. No. You make him pay inside that ring. For Ian Garry, he's like, bro, I don't know who it would have went so much further with fans and the UFC if he went, hold up. He would have got so much more respect. He went, hold up. What me and my wife do is none of your business. If you have an issue with it, I'll meet you here. Insert address of gym. We'll film it. We'll make it for the fans. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Nobody goes to prison. Nobody goes to jail. There's no domestic violence. There's none of this. There's no assault charges. You guys are legit prize fighters. Act like it. Fight each other. They're not that far off in size. Ian Garry's a massive 170. Massive. Strickland's not the big, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's big 85er, but still, we could figure this out. If you have so much hate, you're both pretty damn good at fighting. Do what you do best. Fight each other. The UFC would be foaming at the mouth to make this. Okay. And for Ian Garry, bro, here's the path. You beat Vicente Luque, you call out Sean Strickland, maybe you land on Leon Edwards. Either way, you're fighting for a title. But instead, what'd we do? Your wife and her ex-husband decide to threaten a lawsuit. Well, now, we can't mess with that. All right, game over. We can't do anything with it. You have one of the very best welterweights in the world. Has all the potential. The most potential we've seen in freaking years. This kid can do this, man. He has so much goddamn talent. What he did to Neil Magny was freaking insulting. Disrespectful. That's how talented this kid is. You have all the potential in the world, dude. You're just going about it the wrong way. And I don't know, again, I don't know what's going on in his world. I don't know what his mindset is. If they have so much influence over him, you're not doing a good job. You're ruining this kid's career. You got to let him fight. And you know what makes, even if you are a gold digger, I'm not saying you are, even if you are, you know what makes him more money? Becoming world champion. You know what doesn't make him world champion? Suing another world champion. You know what makes him a world champion? Whooping his ass. Whether it's in the Octagon or it's at Ruka or it's at the gym in Vegas or it's in Thick Boy Studios. You whoop his ass. We can't get it sanctioned here. I'd probably have a lawsuit, but no here, no there. Go to any freaking gym you want. Do it the Gracie Academy for all I care. Whatever you got to do, fight each other. That's what you guys do best. Not only do it best, you're two of the best to freaking do it. Suing, again, Ian Garry probably had no clue. He probably woke up and was like, whoa, why are people thinking I'm suing the guy? And she's like, that's what we told him to take it down. Oh my God, you're 40. Figure out social media. Take it down. Once things are out, they're out. There's no taking it down. Once it's out, even if he deletes it, it doesn't matter. It's already in the Twitterverse. That thing will live forever. He could take it down. It doesn't matter. The trolls and the families be like, and then they have it. Once it's out, there's no deleting. So that's not even an option. Ian Garry's 26. He knows this. The 40-year-old and however old her ex-husband is has no clue how this works. You're ruining the kid's career off your stupid PR moves. There's so much at stake here. That kid can do it, and you're fucking it up. That kid can do it, and you could have used this as an opportunity to gain some fans and to gain some respect and go, cool, bro, send me your address. I'm going to drive down there and beat the shit out of you. We'd all go, damn, you wouldn't watch that? You wouldn't watch that on Instagram Live or TikTok Live or Twitter Live? Ian Garry pulls up at Sean Strickland's gym, 5-round sparring, 2-minute break. What? $29.99. We make merch. What? There's so much opportunity here, but you wasted it. You threatened lawsuit. Number one rule in prize fighting, you don't sue each other. I can't emphasize enough. You young fighters or current fighters, if you're watching this, that's the last thing you want to do. Nobody's going to jump on board on that. You're a prize fighter. The way you handle your business is you beat the other guy up, especially if you're only one weight class difference. I can understand if it's Mighty Mouse talking shit to Francis Ngannou. Okay, you might have to sue him. But if it's Francis Ngannou talking stuff to insert light heavyweight, you guys aren't that far off. Punch each other in the face, and we're talking business. It's good for the UFC. It's good for you. It's good for him. Suing is good for nobody. It's good for the lawyers. For Ian Garry, he needs to wake up in the morning and go, whoa. Get the wife and the ex-husband and go, what the fuck are you two doing? You are ruining my career. And it has nothing to do with fighting. Not only does it have nothing to do with fighting, but now you're deflecting away. I got to fight Vicente Luque. So now they need to be sitting around. All right, you beat Vicente Luque, which I think you will. Hopefully he does. Remember, he's 26, dealing with this just toxic, evil stuff nonstop. Question his family, question his wife, question his nutritionist who's his wife's ex-husband. So weird if this is all
That's what
real.
they're saying. We don't know.
I know, who knows? So all this stuff is coming in. He's 26. He has to figure that out. Here's the good news. If you figure all that out, you get through this shitstorm that you're dealing with, and you head kick Vicente Luque, you get on that mic and you rip the hottest freaking promo, calling out Sean Strickland and Leon Edwards, going, yeah, you B-Rabbit, you 8 Mile this thing, and go, yeah, my nutritionist did used to fuck my wife. Yeah, you old school this thing, dude. Take the power back. Yeah, my nutritionist, I made weight, used to fuck my wife. Yeah, he lives with us. Yeah, my wife wrote this Wags book, and we still here. Sean Strickland, come get some. UFC 300. Leon Edwards, yeah, I did get kicked out of the gym. Big deal. I'm glad I got kicked out. I'll see you at UFC 307. Double champ. Who wants it? Mic drop. Merch. Money. Different narrative. Or you can keep doing what you're doing and sliding in dudes' DMs and threatening lawsuits, which we can't run with here. You need I'm not saying fire your wife. Might be saying fire your nutritionist if all that's true. What I'm saying is hire a PR team or talk to the UFC, who's the best PR team in the world, and go, how can we change this narrative right now? And I guarantee you they're way smarter than I am. They're going to go call out Sean Strickland after you beat Vicente Luque. Right now it's a distraction. Beat Vicente Luque, call it Sean Strickland and Leon Edwards. You're only going to fight those two next. All you care about is getting vengeance on Sean Strickland and beating Leon Edwards for kicking you out of the gym. Now we're cooking with sauce, baby. Mm-hmm. You got the perfect comeback story. You take out both those guys, we could retire if we want to. And your North Star, Conor McGregor, that's exactly what he would do. Conor doesn't threaten lawsuit. Did Khabib threaten lawsuit when he threw the dolly? Some of the fighters got hit with glass in the eye, whatever, that's nor here nor there. But did Khabib? No, Khabib was like, I'm going to whoop your ass, dude. Yep. And what'd he do?
He jumped over the cage.
Yeah! There's no lawsuit. Dagestan lawsuit? They don't do that. No, he freaking jumped out of the cage and freaking Spartan kicked Dylan Dennis in the face. That's how you handle this. And the UFC ran with it, bro. Ran with it. For Ian Garry, dude, you do what you do best. Kick people's asses. Don't hire lawyers. Number one rule in prize fighting is we don't threaten lawsuit. You're not going to win anybody over. You punch him in the fucking mouth. And you can do it and not get arrested. Oh, my God, you got the best job in the world, dude. So Sean Strickland has all this heat right now. He has all this fame. Go for that guy. Take his fan base. Whoop his ass. I get Sean Strickland's your Huckleberry. You get the perfect opponent to do it. The perfect opponent to do it. Sean Strickland's like, say less, bro. Pull up. Don't threaten lawsuit, though. There's nothing there, Bubba. You got to quit listening to maybe it's not your wife and ex-husband. Maybe it's not them. Maybe it's some weird PR team in Orange County who's like, oh, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, right? I don't know. But fire them, whoever it is. I don't give a fuck if it's your mom, your brother, your sister. Fire them. And the narrative here, it's set up for you, my man. And you have all the talent in the world to do it. But we got to beat Vicente Luque. We need an impressive KO win. And Bubba, we are off to the races. You're going to win so many people over. If you can handle this shitstorm you're dealing with and perform at that next UFC in December, bro, I'm telling you, the table is set, my man. You call it Sean Strickland, you call it Leon Edwards, you B-Rabbit. You 8 Mile this thing, mom spaghetti, sweaty palms. You feel me? You B-Rabbit this. You're the white guy in Detroit with all black guys, right? And you B-Rabbit this thing. That's exactly what we do. But right now, you're not B-rabbing this. You're cheddaring this situation. You're shooting yourself in the freaking leg. Don't be cheddar this. Don't shoot yourself in the leg. Be Eminem of your movie. Don't be cheddar. Don't be Cheddar Bob. Don't be Cheddar Bob because right now you're shooting yourself in the leg. Give a hot promo after you knock out Vicente Luque. We forget all about it. You fight Sean Strickland. You fight Leon Edwards. Boom. Biggest star in the UFC. And he has the talent to do it. That's what's great. If you don't have the talent, threaten lawsuit. Do your thing, dude. This kid can That's the best thing about this. This is why I'm excited about it. This kid can fucking fight, dude. This kid can fight his ass off. This dude's so goddamn talented. That's what's great about this. If he's not, I have nothing to rip on here. I have nothing. But he's a once-in-a-generation talent. That's what we're dealing with here. He can do this. You got to have the right messaging. You got to write the marketing team. The fighting is taking care of itself. You can handle that. You've made it this far. The rest stuff you got to figure out, Bubba. You have to. Be Eminem, not Cheddar Bob. And take. And sing.
And scene. Two things about this real quick. So the one thing I didn't like that Sean said is Sean said like, be a man. I would respect you more if you went to a Bass Pro Shop, got a 9mm and came over. I'm like, that's not being a man. That's being
again. No, they're both off. No. You're going too extreme.
Yeah,
I know that's his thing.
I get that.
Again, the second rule of Fight Club: there's no guns.
Yeah, dude. What the hell was that? It didn't make any sense.
First rule of Fight Club: we don't sue. Second rule of Fight Club: we don't shoot each other. Again, your weapons are these and those. These and those, not these. First rule: don't sue. Second rule: don't shoot. That's all. If you follow those rules, we're going sizzling. So Strickland's off, Ian Garry's off. One's suing, one wants to shoot.
Dead,
You're both completely off. You're both the top prize fighters in the world. Fucking fight each other.
Yeah.
This isn't hard to figure out, dude. Fight each other.
Yeah, that's great. Leon and Strickland, that'd be great.
Take my money.
So the last thing on this is Chris Curtis, who's actually one of Strickland's like best friend. Pretty much. I love him. He defended Ian Garry, and it got to the point where so many people went after him. He deactivated his Twitter account.
Well, he's associated with Sean Strickland,
and he was defending Ian Garry. He's like, Ian has this, whatever. But that's his life. He's saying the same.
But Chris Curtis is right. He's right. He goes, y'all need to chill with the Ian Garry thing. Man has a life that's unconventional to you all. Supposedly, who knows? But it's his life and it works for him. Preach. People are giving his wife shit for a book she wrote 12 years ago. Ian is a grown man, and you're a fool if you don't think they haven't. They haven't what?
Wait, a girl? I don't know. But even Strickland posted about Curtis.
Ian's wife got to Curtis. Some give Curtis a wellness check.
Yeah, because he had to deactivate his.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh man.
He was just saying like, he's just his Twitter account is basically giving a platform to people that are talking smack. So he's like, why bother with it, And
he has a fight coming up. He's like, I don't need this toxic stuff. I'm logging off for a little bit. I get it.
But yeah, that's all.
I get it.
All for that.
But if your boy's going, like, just don't say anything, dude. But again, he's a grown ass man. He's like, whoa, we can't go after wives here, dude. I'm all on board for the rest of the stuff, but the other things I'm not on board for. Mm-hmm. Of course, Sean Strickland fans are like, kill him. And then Mike Perry did his. Do you see his? Oh, you didn't see no. Perry? Oh, look at Perry imitating Sean Strickland.
Oh, I saw that. Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah.
When I'm not doing the man dance, it's so good. He's all America. It's good. Mike Perry's a freaking legend.
He's such a personality, yeah. It's a YouTube video, so I don't know if we can do this, right?
I bet we can. Not. Social media. No, it's on social media.
Let's do this. Hold up.
Guys, it's Sean Strickland here, and when I'm not being a total badass in the cage, doing the man dance, talking shit on social media about other people and their beliefs and relationships.
Does he have a booger on his mustache? That's the only thing I can see.
Baby, all the way. That's like a white hair. What's up, guys?
So here's the thing. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, what do you got?
Oh, actually, let's do some. Give me one sec here. Quick break. Ad reads. So first one, meter.
Let's take a little break here. The holidays are finally here. Boy, are they here. We get to stuff our faces, eat like there's no tomorrow, even if it's a pepperoni pizza by yourself on Thanksgiving, crying. And shop the best sales of the year. And I know the coolest product to cook your meals that also makes for the perfect gift, especially for all them dads out there. I'm talking about Meter. That's Meater. Tomater. We're talking about Meter. It's a really slick, smart meat thermometer that tracks the temperature of your meat and lets you know when it's ready to come out of the oven. That's when I know that it's time to get my meat off Chin's grill. All right?
Yep.
This way you never undercook or overcook that holiday turkey. There's never a good time to cook a turkey. Or a juicy prime rib or them fillets my kids love to eat. All right? The whole family's like, dang, Chef Boyardee. The app even estimates how long your cook will take and gives you a countdown so you know how long you have to kick back, spend time with your loved ones. Or make an old-fashioned, you'll get an alert when your food is ready to eat. My papa uses these things, and his meat is fantastic. I go by the old method. The old feel technique. It's not proven science. I'd much prefer a Meter, all right? It comes with cloud service, so you can have limitless range. You can monitor the cook while watching TV or running to the store. This is the perfect tool for your holiday cooking. Also makes the perfect gift for someone who loves to cook or grill and put meat on your grill. All right, shop Meater.com. That's Meater.com for the best kitchen tool out there. Get your meat just right. All right, start shopping for the Christmas gifts. All them dads who constantly put their meat on your grill, make sure it's the perfect meat. That's Meater.com. All right, Meater, perfect meat on your grill. Listen, when I started podcasting, an online store was the furthest thing from my mind. Me and my brother were doing Fire and Kid merch, shipping out of my small apartment or my brother's room. It got very taxing, all right? And I wish we had Shopify. Yep. Once we switched to Shopify, it got so much easier because we use Shopify. Cha-ching! All right? It's so freaking easy. Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage, which I was at about 12 years ago, to the first real life store stage, all the way to, did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you turn over browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. Shopify's global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, the millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. All right. Plus, they have great support service because business that grow with Shopify. Sign up for $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase, SCHAB, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase, Schaub, SCHAB, now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Schaub, all lowercase. Cha-ching.
Nice. All right, so this one's a little bit deeper into the MMA world, but so there's an injunctive relief on the UFC antitrust case that's been going on, and it's hard for me to dive deep in this, but this is what Bloody Elbow reported.
Recent report from Bloody Elbow, we ought to take that with a grain of salt here. Note that the judge, Richard F. Boulware, refused several UFC motions that were viewed as an attempt to delay the start of the trial. Not only that, he decided that the lead plaintiffs could see injunctive relief based on results of their case. There will be no waiting for a second case from Cajun Johnson covering the time period following 2017 before changes unfair business practices may be forced upon the UFC. The judge, not the jury, could order changes to the UFC's behavior. It will be decided immediately after the lead case if the plaintiffs win. Settling that case has a lot more stake, and it's a lot riskier for the UFC. Whoa.
And it goes into more detail here. Well, right here.
Injunctive relief could change a lot of things. For example, there's a lot of restrictive language in the UFC contracts. Preach. The judge has
commented on past rulings.
A simple change like requiring contracts to last no longer than 2 years would make a huge change. Yep, because there's 6 years now. His rulings could break the UFC's iron grip on all the top athletes in the sport. Whoa.
And then this is the last part here.
The UFC can just take out loans out, and the loans would pay for the damages, and then they'd have to pay the loans off, which would be much cheaper per year. But with injunctive relief, it's like your big name fighters might suddenly be leaving the promotion. Then you're not as valuable as promotion anymore. Whoa.
So if the plaintiffs win, the UFC could lose billions, and then that could be like a snowball effect for everything else too.
And with PFL, taking on Bellator and their Saudi money and all that stuff, and you got bare knuckle MMA.
Saudi Arabia is probably the biggest thing for
because they can sign anyone.
And they have the most.
They have the
in world,
money.
yeah.
So if they're like, hold up, insert Tom Aspinall, Ian Garry, Leon Edwards, all the Sugar Sean, these big name fighters. If their contract's up, if they're saying, hey, max you can do is 2 years, and these guys get free. That's why it's a big deal, because then they become free agents. Saudi's like, we'll pay him $15 million. Mm-hmm. They have all the money. So then all of a sudden you start getting these key fighters going to the other promotion,
and it could grow and grow and grow, and it's possible. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the lawsuit. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
it's going
it's
this
scary.
far. All right, so there's rumors. The PFL, I guess, CEO president said that they're looking at Deontay Wilder versus Francis Ngannou in the PFL in 2024 with like a mixed rules thing, not straight up boxing. Or
this
anything.
is a home run for PFL because obviously Francis, quote unquote, beat Tyson Fury. That rematch not happening next. He has to fight Usyk. So Francis is a huge name, huge commodity in our sport. But if he's just going to fight some no-namer, it doesn't make sense. He has to fight a boxer. He's a boxer now. So PFL went, all right, what can
ranked
we do?
number 10 in WBC.
Yeah, ranked number 10 in the world. Boxer, for God's sakes. So PFL went, what can we do? We're not really a boxing promotion. What if there was a top 10 boxer who's willing to play the game and maybe cross-promote, do some different mixed rules? And Deontay Wilder said, I'll do it. Dude, PFL, this would be huge for the PFL. This is how you know the Saudis have the money, because Deontay Wilder is not cheap, but he's willing to play this game. It's a home run for PFL. You can charge for a pay-per-view for this. We all know Francis. We all know Deontay Wilder. Both pay-per-view commodities. Okay. This makes sense. Saturdays, fuck you. Sorry to cuss.
All right, so unfortunately, Dan Hooker has a hand injury.
Poor guy.
Thankfully, Jalin Turner stepped in to fight Bobby Green. I think we
Great
talked about this a
fight.
little
Yeah,
bit,
great fight. Great fight.
That's a great fight. Also, we thought this was going to be in L.A., but this is going to be in Orange County. So UFC 298, it's going to be Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria in Anaheim.
Ooh.
And they were thinking like...
I'm so curious how that fight's going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a tough fight for Alexander.
Especially after getting...
Tough fight.
Yeah. But yeah, that's in February. So are we potentially doing a fight companion?
Yeah, that's the plan.
All right.
Why, is that what you guys were talking about, fight companion?
Yeah, we were like wondering because it's like a local thing, so it'd be pretty cool if we did it here.
I mean, all the UFC fighters be taken out, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can be a worse time to do a fight companion.
No, I'm saying for us because we're
Nobody
local.
thought about that?
No, I'm saying we're local
Because
so
there's so many UFC fighters in town. Yeah,
no, not that. I'm saying like it's cool because it's like it's in our state, in our area, vicinity. It'd be cool to do a fight companion.
It's
not 2 hours.
Might as well be
dude.
in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
It would help us out.
I
more
go
if
there
it's in
every
Abu
weekend,
Dhabi.
man. It's not
Yeah.
that far. But anyway. All right, so this is another cool one.
Whoa, great fight.
So, yeah, Jack Hermanson versus Joe Pyfer.
Joe Pfeiffer's
Their
a
headliner
real
for
deal.
February 10th. That's the fight night.
Great fight night.
Yeah. Alrighty. And then this is pretty crazy.
I know.
All right, so Anthony Smith is replacing honestly, I don't remember this fighter, but Azmat Murzakanov. He was supposed to fight Khalil Rountree, but something happened with him, so now Anthony Smith is fighting Khalil Rountree.
I
UFC
assume
Fight Night.
winner of that has a pretty good shot at getting the champ.
I mean, yeah, light heavyweight's kind of like up in the air.
It's up in the air?
Yeah. But that's a cool fight.
That's a great
Yeah.
fight. That's a tough one to call. Tough fight. Great fight.
Yeah, both awesome dudes too. I think let's see. Oh, we kind of covered the PFL already, but Olivier Aubin Mercier, I think he won like 3 in a row or something crazy in PFL. Like he's a millionaire now.
He's good.
He's like, yeah, I'm kind of done with it. He doesn't feel the butterflies anymore.
Good for him.
So he's
man.
he retired after
Wow,
winning.
shout out to him. Went out on top. Good for him.
Yeah. Katie Taylor won over the weekend. She was an underdog, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, because she lost her last one.
Yeah, I think the first one that she fought against her, but there was like a TikTok video, but I'm too afraid to play it. Conor McGregor reacting to it.
I saw it.
So people couldn't Google it or research, but he looked like he was just
Happy.
on everything.
Well, I was gonna say it looked like he was booming with
He was
enthusiasm.
on everything.
Whatever, dude.
Which is fine, dude. He can do what he wants.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I'm just
Can't
saying,
a guy
dude,
just be
guy
pumped
can't be
for a
happy.
win?
You love-
We can't
see,
just
Casey-
be happy anymore.
Casey is
The
such a
guy
huge
gets
Conor
excited.
fan.
Everyone's like, "Oh, he's jumping too high. He's on cocaine."
If you watch the video,
Piece
but Casey
of shit.
loves Conor, so I get.
We all
yeah.
do.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying Casey's
Doesn't sound like you do, Chin.
whatever,
You
dude.
guys celebrating of his friend's win. And you're like, he's on cocaine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. He's not fighting. Anyway, so this was kind of funny. People started reacting to seeing Mario Yamasaki at the PFL. And do you remember the last? I think he was kicked out of the UFC because he let a fight go on way too long.
Yeah, boy.
With Valentina Shevchenko and Priscilla Koshera.
He's like you. He wants to see him die.
So-
UFC's like, is he the only guy to get kicked out? Like, hey, man, we can't do this anymore. We're trying to get sponsors. You got guys literally dying.
Yeah, I think the stats showed like it was like 200 unanswered strikes. Or 200.
Mario's like, what?
I wanted to
What's wrong?
be a warrior.
Why can't I have a job? I don't get why I can't work here. I did my job.
People just till death when they found him.
He's like staring in the crowd while guys are just getting knocked. He's all, oh, yeah, stop. Guys,
Yeah.
stop.
It's just funny.
PFL better have their head on a swivel, man. Is that it?
That's it. And we have some fights. I think you already covered it.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
we had the
We
fight
have
night.
another-
We had some
another ad read.
boxing.
It's Happy Hippo.
Oh, my favorite. I'm on it right now. That ridiculous rant, 8 Mile rant of Ian Garry is brought to you by Happy Hippo. However you get your Kratom powders, shots, gummies, K-dips, they got it freaking all for you. It's the one-stop shop for the Kratom shop, all right? It's happyhippo.com. Promo code is STICK23 for 20% off for a live shirt with a friend. Makes a perfect holiday gift. If you're thinking about trying Kratom, I wouldn't go anywhere else but Happy Hippo. They got it all. Literally, whatever you're looking for. Powders, gummies, tablets, taffy, K-dips, energy shots, highly concentrated shots in delicious flavors. It's my favorite product that I use. It's happyhippo.com. Promo code is STICK23 for 20% off for a live shirt with a friend. Give it to as Christmas gifts, however you want to do it, but it's the best. It's happyhippo.com. Promo code is STICK23.
And Brendan, I'm just getting word here that there's a Cyber Monday deal, so take 30% off everything. It's the biggest sale of 2023.
No, you didn't, Casey. You're like a small Santa Claus.
That's right.
Cyber Monday. Happy Hippo. Get you some. 30% off. What?
Yeah.
All right, we kind of covered the fights already, but yeah, so we have a few fights.
You got the
obviously,
UFC
this
Fight Night in
weekend.
Austin. You got Bare Knuckle, Perry versus the Underground
Alvarez,
King
yeah.
and Eddie Alvarez. You got Ben Rothwell, Todd Duffy. You got Jeremy Stevens fighting. And you also got Ryan Garcia coming back. You got Adrian Broner. I'm excited for Garcia and Broner. There's a lot going on. A lot of fisticuffs, a lot of drama. I'm in Chicago. That's next week. That's Friday, Saturday only, December 8th and 9th. That's Chicago, baby, downtown Chicago. 2 shows Friday, 7, 9:30. 2 shows Saturday, 7, 9:30. Them bad boys almost sold out. Chicago, let's go, baby, baby. Get my Ryan Sandberg on. Chicago is next week, Friday and Saturday only. And then the Keep On Truckin' Tour kicks off in Nashville, January 25th. One night, one show only in Nashville at Zany's there. And then that Friday and Saturday, I'm in Austin, Texas, January 26th and 27th. Get your tickets right now at thickboy.com. Get you some. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, guys. Love you. Remember, there's no suing and fighting. There's sure as hell no shooting each other. That's it. Be safe. Good luck out there. Be nice to each other. I'm out.